Thanks, everyone. Oh, here we go. Oh, Wendy's here. We might not need to record. Oh, it's recording now anyway. I was just going to ask, can someone take some notes today? Just so, and like when we're finished, like do a little summary in our group chat. Would anyone be able to do that? Okay, I'll do it today, but going forward, I'll ask if someone can do that. How's that sound?
Yeah, Nicole, I'm going to request that you create a volunteer. Somebody's going to
create a volunteer.
Yes, and then somebody's going to keep time as well.
Awesome.
I can keep the time. How long is the meeting supposed to be?
Just half an hour today, so we've got 25 minutes left.
All right, I can keep the time.
Okay. Kyoko needs to drive, so she won't take notes. So Wendy or Ruth, before I choose a volunteer and create a volunteer, would someone like to volunteer to take just a couple of notes?
Actually, I can do it because it's been recorded. So okay. I can listen to afterwards. I'm just listening, but I can do that afterwards.
Okay, well, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate you two volunteering. And then next week, I'll ask Ruth and Wendy to take on one of those roles. I didn't send out an agenda today. Sorry about that, but I thought that it would be good to have a bit of a general chit chat about how we can move forward. However, Gecko wasn't with us last week, and
yes, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. I understand. But it would be great for us to get to know you a little bit better. So can we ask you a few questions? Like if you can let us know why you decided to join InCruise, what your intention with InCruise is, and something about your life.
Yes, so I'm originally from Japan. Sorry, my name is Keiko, and I live in Australia for 30 years, long time. And I have 3 kids, and I work as a nurse at the hospital. So I have a lot questions about InCruise, and I had 3 buyers last year, and 2 had the coaching call, and one just quit, but she's still keen to do some business. So I think it's maybe InCruise, she may be very keen. And the other one, she's still also organizing her finance. So she's also keen to do InCruise. That's why I joined myself. But I have no idea how to other people can start, and how do I promote, and how this become my second income. So I like to know a lot more about InCruise, and I already have a few potential people who want to join. And that's how I just start training. So I like to learn a lot. That's why I'm in. Thank you.
Love it. Thank you so much. Awesome. So I really love the fact that you already have people interested.
Yes.
Have you, my first question though, and Ruth would know because I ask these things, have you sent them, like, InCruises is such a fun thing because it's your own business. You can run it the way you want to. So do you have an InCruise funnel? Have you created it? No, because you don't have to, because you can use your normal funnel, or you can give them the InCruise direct link if they don't want to do the internet-based thing. So I give people options these days. So
I didn't know. I thought that you had to create funnel in order to, put somebody. Oh,
yeah, me too.
So that's why I was like so nervous. I was like, I don't know anything.
Yeah. Oh. So our wonderful coaches, when they do a coaching call, they can talk to the buyers about all of the products that are there, because they all get sent out in the coaching videos. So I feel like everyone in the room is kind of like how I was in maybe October, November, going, I don't understand how to do this, because the in-cruise training does one thing and the Dream Team training does another thing. And
Right.
we mesh it
Right.
all together.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So first question is going to be, who's done the in-cruise training?
I'm in the middle. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And being cheeky, Rags, have you done the in-cruise training?
I have not done the in-cruise training yet.
Okay. Because
I've done like 60% of it.
okay. And they've released a few new sessions in the last couple of weeks as well.
Nicole,
Yes.
sorry, can I just ask on that topic? I have been having a look around in cruises because something came up, it was in my junk mail, about webinars. Do they do webinars every week?
Every week. Yeah. So for you and I, Ruth, it'll be in the middle of the night, or sometimes they're 11 in the day. Yes. So you can go into your page and
Watch the replays. Great.
Do you do that, Nicole?
I
don't
wouldn't
know
do
how
it
much.
every week. I don't
Okay.
do it every week. Realistically, my main focus is I promote a digital business when I do my things. And for me, like I am doing promotions that are very holiday orientated, but it gives people the option to do either.
Yeah.
Are they good though? Are they worth watching?
Yes, yes, especially if there's announcements. So we do get an email that the webinars are coming up and there's announcements. So everyone that's registered should get that.
You mentioned that, people can do a coaching call, but if that was just my friends who are not doing any other things, then how can they kind of check out the things? Like if I don't have panel.
Yeah, so you can give them your referral link. Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, you can give them your in-cruise referral link. And
Okay.
if I'm really honest, that's what I've started doing. So I've started, especially if they're people I know, because you start to earn income with in-cruises when people just want to go on holidays. And so with in-cruises, you want to at least get 5 member partners, but you want to keep spreading it out. So you want to get new people in every month.
Mm.
You want your team to get new people in every month as well, because that's when you get bonuses. So if we're looking at the financial side, but I always look at what can it do for you, like the empowerment of going on a holiday. I do use holiday for less. Holiday, I don't use the word free in my advertising. I use that no cost because I don't want Facebook to shut me down. And then I say cheekily, and if you want to run your own business, get paid to go for a holiday. So it gets people interested. So, but that gives them the opportunity. So you don't have to have an in-cruise only funnel. You can do it through in-cruises and you can do it through our normal funnel. So, and I might be being a bit cheeky here saying this, but because it is all new to all of us, I needed to figure out a way for my head to understand it. And that's kind of why I wanted this group as well. I know last time lots of people hadn't been on cruises, so we need to find the joy so people could understand how to advertise. But it sounds like everyone here just wants that knowledge and that understanding. So I think that's going to influence how we do our intentions this session. Yeah. So can I propose that maybe next week, like if we all come up with maybe 2 questions that we want to know, that we could either ask our experts or we could ask each other next session. And maybe if we put it in the chat 2 days before, and I'm going to ask that we all try and look for the answers. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Because I think once we get more knowledge, then we'll feel more comfortable sharing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know I put in the chat, has anyone thought of an expert? Does anyone?
I don't know anybody
Yeah, I don't know anybody.
expert.
I was sharing with Nicole that I don't know how long ago it was, but Rags, you might know that there was a guy he was all over like my feed anyway, and I wasn't following him, but he was, and Nicole said, was it a mastermind? And my mind's playing tricks now. Maybe it was, but he was actually going on cruises to take videos and promote in cruises. So that was his purpose of going on a cruise, like because he was getting so many buyers and was able to travel for free. So he was just going from cruise to cruise. And very enthusiastic guy. Was he on a mastermind, or does anybody recall?
I think you're thinking of Jorge, who was on Mastermind.
Yes, Jorge.
Maybe I am. Maybe I am. It's very enthusiastic.
With glasses on. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
What's his name? I'll look him up.
Jorge.
He's from Spain. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's in Fiji on a cruise at the moment.
Oh, okay.
He did. I listened to this week's mastermind that they did, and he's there at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Traveling around, just videoing everything for in cruises. I like that.
Yeah. So I think it would be. I mean, that's a big ask because he's right up there. Like he's one of the top sellers. But I think let's do it.
Yeah.
And I would request, Ruth, that you send that message because you had a great spiel.
Yep.
And, you know, we will want to look at say how long we would request his time. And then if he can't do it, like if he gets back to you and says he can't do it, then ask him, who would he recommend that we contact?
Yeah. I'm comfortable doing that.
Yeah. Awesome.
So what time frame would we be looking at?
I would go anytime in the next 3 months with him.
No, I mean time frame for him to speak. Like, how much of his time do we want? Like,
what does everyone else think?
Half an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Or longer?
Yeah, well, you could propose that, half an hour or an hour, depending on what he's got available. Yeah. I think half an hour will keep people really engaged.
Yeah. It's just, the other, sorry, I don't want to digress, but we had that, I watched the replay when Chicago had Lisa on, and that went longer, and that was great. You know, I'm so glad that it went over time. But you just don't know, do you? Like, I'm imagining that this guy, if he agrees, he can talk a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'll leave that one with you.
Okay.
Rags, you were wanting to say something?
Yes. A couple of things. Number one, I love this. I love that we're aiming that, like, we swing big. You know, I love it. And I guess more so a request, if I may, please. I request that we start every meeting with 3 things. Number one, our team name.
Ooh.
So the request is somebody generate the team name. Not just read it, but generate it. Like, hey, this is who we are.
Yep.
You know, and then number 2, generate our team intention.
Yep.
As our place to stand. And then the last one would be so we dedicate a certain amount of time for each conversation. So for example, we're talking about asking Jorge. You can say, okay, let's dedicate 5 minutes for this conversation. And inside of that, and that keeps us intentional with the meeting so that we can cover everything that we want to cover.
Yep.
Is that cool?
That's cool. I often have
Awesome.
agendas with timelines, but
Hmm.
then people think I'm too structured.
No such thing. Structure, structure equals discipline, which equals freedom.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
And yeah, I love, yeah. So we're doing 3 meetings, right? Like 3 interviews.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would like to offer Maybelline Go, who's part of Jasmine's team.
Yep.
She absolutely crushed the game.
Wow.
Crushed it.
Great.
Yeah. And she's super fun, super friendly, super exciting, super approachable.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a recent 6A as well. So she has tons to offer.
I love that.
Yeah. And as my contribution, I'd be more than happy to reach out and see if she would be interested in sharing some time with us and her knowledge.
Wonderful. Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And anyone else have any thoughts on people? I've got some brainstorming ideas on a couple of people. So I actually know someone in Australia who's also gone on a cruise, and she's promoting things, and she's having a lot of success. She lives in Coffs Harbour, so my old hometown, and she's Filipino. And I'd love to chat.
Funny.
She's not having success yet in that area.
Oh, I thought that's who you were talking about.
No, Ellen Morrison. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I just think, she's an everyday person as well. And she's a job quitter. Would people be interested if I had a chat with her as well?
Yeah.
I just think it's good to get different people. And then I was also thinking someone like Dave and Roxanne, who've been on a cruise already.
Oh, that would
Yeah.
be good.
Yeah. So, I'm happy to reach out to either or both of those and see what people's timelines are like. Yeah.
For the questions to ask those people, do we get questions from the whole Done Deal team, or would that be?
I would think our first thing, if next week we come in and we commit some time to choose some questions. So if we've got someone that's talking to us for half an hour, that's not a lot of questions. So we probably want to come in with some particular questions, which, depending on what they say, we might want to ask extras. But I think if this team can come up with questions first, and then maybe we can reach out to our other teams. What do people think? Yeah. Okay. Do we think this sort of time would be a good time to run the session, seeing we know that we can all get here?
Yeah.
If the speakers are available at the same time?
Yeah, if it works for people, yes.
Yeah. Okay. And maybe let's say the meeting will be an hour, and then we can give them a half an hour session to talk.
Okay.
Then maybe have questions at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
From others.
If we go in 15 minutes and then they speak, and then if we need them to go longer, that's okay.
Yes.
I mean, is everybody okay if we go over time? Because I am.
No, I mean, it's fine. Yeah, I don't have any issues.
I'm happy to go for an hour. I wouldn't like to go for longer than an hour because I don't want to ramble.
No, I'm just talking about
personal...
if we have, like Lisa, like a meeting like that where, everybody's engaged, everybody's wanting to ask questions, and,
Yeah, I think if everybody's engaged and, all that, I think that's fine. If people want to get all the information out of it, you know, that session. I think that's more informative.
Yeah. And I
As
guess I
long as,
do things two ways as well. So I need to honor their time.
yeah.
So I don't want to,
Absolutely.
you know, like we'll say an hour and then take up an hour and a half. That's a bit like, can be disrespectful. Yeah. Because they might feel I need to go, but I don't want to go because.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
So we've sort of got 5 more minutes. I'd like to know what you guys like. It sounds like you've already got lots of questions there. It's like, is there questions that we can come up with each week? Sorry, I've kind of spoken about this a little bit, but so that we can answer it and feel more confident with what we're doing.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll be taking notes myself.
Yeah. And one of my big things, has anyone looked at the laminated, what do they call it, Ruth? In the resources.
It's not a vision board, is it? Like it's, well, it's a selling tool. It's,
where is it?
I don't like it to be, and I've told you this, I know you do, but
I love it. There's a laminated presentation. And really what it does is it gives you on 2 pages what In-Cruises is about. So it doesn't have the linking from Dream Team to In-Cruises. The way I look at things is Dream Team is the system and it's the doing the digital marketing. And the In-Cruises is like, you can just talk to your friends, you can do rooms full of people if you want to, but it's the product, and so that's how I look at things. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. So when you said laminated, is that something that you can physically show it to somebody? Is that what you're talking about? Or?
Yes, you don't have to, but I like it particularly so I understand the business more.
Yeah. Where do you find it? I'm sorry.
Yep. So if you go into your In-Cruise site.
Okay.
And you go on the left-hand side, there's resources.
Resources. Okay.
Yeah.
you can get business cards too.
Do you use those?
I don't, because I do my marketing at the moment as a digital business owner, not just In-Cruises. But to be honest, like I'm of 2 minds, because it is my own business, so I can do it both ways.
I love the idea of, and I'm not sure, I think it's somebody, it might be Leanne, has, you know, the card with the QR code.
Yeah.
So you can just like, okay, say I'm going to my hairdresser in a couple of weeks and I start talking to her about it. I can just leave her a card and say, you know, click on the QR code and have a look at it, you know, and that'll take her straight there to watch the webinar.
Yes, so the In-Cruise funnel doesn't have a webinar. And the
not a webinar, but what's it called then?
Yeah, so
introduction to what it's all about.
Referral link?
Your referral link, there is an introduction video. Yeah.
Okay. So if you make the QR code out of the referral link, when they go, can they actually start their business like that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've gotten a lot of interest with people who've said they're interested in holidays, but sort of umming and ahhing. And so I've actually just sent them my referral link as well and go, have a look at this. Like this is an option. And if you want the digital marketing aspect and me to be your mentor, you need the other system as well. So the $100 one.
Did you have to create separate email for that as well? Email Outlook?
I did, but you don't have to. You can use the same one.
Okay.
So they've said now you don't need another. You need a GoDaddy account if you're doing a funnel. But you don't need a separate email because you can use the same email. It'll come through. So the Enagic one comes through as, or the main one comes through as just DT online lead. The InCruise one will say InCruise DT online.
Oh, in the same email.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And they're different types of emails that get sent out.
Okay, so that was making me stop from creating one because I thought they had to pay separately for that.
You would have to pay
Email.
for, like, if you're doing an InCruise funnel, you do have to pay for just like your new domain name and that website to be built. So it's normally $25 US, but
Right,
you'll
right,
need a GoDaddy
right.
website, but you don't have to pay the
Okay,
email address.
I see. All right, very good. Thank you.
Yeah. So Wendy, do
It's
you have a
almost-
question? We've got like 1 minute to go.
Yeah.
No, I'm just listening. I still have not a lot of ideas, but I appreciate you let me join in.
Of course,
Yeah,
of
listen.
course.
Yeah.
That's how we all learn.
Mhm.
Oops,
Yeah. Mhm.
lost Keiko as well. Do we want a photo before we go?
Sure.
There's only 4 of
Mhm.
us now, but I can take the photo if you like. 3, 2, 1. Might take another one because I'm really good at taking photos of people when their eyes are closed. Awesome.
Thank
Was
you.
that helpful for everyone?
Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, thank
Yeah.
you.
So maybe we should leave some time each time for these sorts of questions too.
Mhm.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks so much,
Thank
guys.
you.
Have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
day.
Thank you.
You too.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Enjoy your cruise.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, I will. Bye.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Bye.